Okay, so the structure of the pollen grains. First of all, the study of the different types of the pollen grains are called the palynology anta ಕರೀತೀವಿ. So in the Karnataka CET ಒಳಗಡೆ application based question. So the palynology. So the palynology is always related to the study of the different types of the pollen grains. The study of the different types of the pollen grains are called the palynology. So idu ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿ. And the first of all, the size and the shape of the pollen grains. The shape of the pollen grains is always spherical in shape. So note the shape of the pollen grain is always spherical. So the shape of the pollen grains is always same in all the types of or the different types of the plants. That is the spherical. And the size of the pollen grain is 25 to 50 micrometer in diameter. So the size of the pollen grain. The size of the pollen grain. So see it लिखा the size of the pollen grain is 25 to minimum 25, maximum 50 micrometer in a diameter. So just this is the basic information. Yadka pollen grains. The study of the different types of the pollen grains are called as the palynology, and the shape of the pollen grain is always spherical in shape. And the size of the pollen grain is 25 to 50 micrometer in a diameter. So ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿ. Okay. And the structure of the pollen grains ಗೆ ಬಂದಾಗ, so about the structure, the pollen grain is always covered by the two layers. The pollen grain is always covered by the two layers. That is, the outer layer of the pollen grain is called the exine, and the inner layer of the pollen grain is the intine. Okay. So the first one is the exine layer. So the exine layer is always hard in nature. The exine layer is always hard in nature because the exine layer always having the organic resistant material called as the sporopollenin. So yellow one kade now kelidvi what is the sporopollenin. Okay, so 1 marks question. So for 1 marks, what is or define sporopollenin anta annual exam alli bala sari bandaiti. So angara the definition of the sporopollenin. The sporopollenin is the organic resistant material present in the exine layer of the pollen grain is called sporopollenin. Barkogadre balastine the definition of the sporopollenin. The sporopollenin is the resistant organic material present in the exine layer of the pollen grain. And already we discussed in the tapetum concept, right? The sporopollenin is always synthesized by or secreted by the tapetum cells. Tapetum cells in the sporopollenin ಏನಾಗ್ತಾವ secretion ಆಗ್ತಾವ, and the sporopollenin is deposited in the exine layer of the pollen grain. So due to the deposition of the sporopollenin, the nature of the exine layer is always hard in nature, and along with the cellulose, hemicellulose irtade, but majority of the composition ಏನು ಇರ್ತೈತೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅಲ್ಲೇ sporopollenin ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Correct? ಹಂಗರ. And the next point is, due to the presence of this sporopollenin, the pollen grains can be withstand with a high temperature and with a strong acids. Nodri, sporopollenin present irodrinda the pollen grains can withstand with a high temperature and strong acids. So strong acids. So temperature ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆದ್ರೂ pollen grains ಗೆ ಏನೂ ಎಫೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ because of the resistant organic material. And ಅಸಿಡ್ ಒಳಗಡೆನೂ ಸಹ ಪೋಲನ್ ಗ್ರೇನ್ಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನಾಗುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರ ದ ಎಕ್ಸೈನ್ ಲೇಯರ್ ಆಲ್ವೇಸ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ದಿ organic resistant material. So due to the presence of the sporopollen, the pollen grains can withstand the high temperature as well as with the strong acids ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಬಹುದು. Clear ಆಯ್ತಾ? And due to the presence of this sporopollen, the pollen grains can be preserved as the fossils. Due to the presence of the sporopollen, the pollen grains can be preserved as fossils. So what is the fossil? ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಪಳೆಯುಳಿಕೆಗಳು ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. So due to the presence of the sporopollen, pollen grains can be preserved for the longer duration of time. So more than 100 years ನಾವು pollen grains ಅನ್ನ preservation ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ಯಾಕಂದ್ರ ಸ್ಪೋರೋಪೊಲನಿನ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೈತೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಪ್ರೊಟೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೈತೆ, ಪ್ರಿಸರ್ವೇಶನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೈತೆ. ಸೊ ಅದನ್ನ ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರ ಕ್ರಯೋ ಪ್ರಿಸರ್ವೇಶನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿ ಕ್ರಯೋ ಪ್ರಿಸರ್ವೇಶನ್? ಸೊ ಒನ್ ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್, ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಕ್ರಯೋ ಪ್ರಿಸರ್ವೇಶನ್. ದ ಡೆಫಿನಿಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿ ಕ್ರಯೋ ಪ್ರಿಸರ್ವೇಶನ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾನ. ಸೊ ವೆರಿ ಸಿಂಪಲ್, ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರ the preservation of the pollen grains in a minus 196 degree centigrade under liquid nitrogen is called cryopreservation anta kariyutteve. So cryopreservation andre enpa pollen grains anna as a fossil tara ನಾವು preservation ಮಾಡಬಹುದು. So by using the liquid nitrogen and under the so minus 196 degree centigrade. So minus ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಾತೀನಿ ನಾನು, ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, minus 196 degree centigrade ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸೊ ನಾವು ಪೋಲನ್ ಗ್ರೇನ್ಸ್ ನ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ನೈಟ್ರೋಜನ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ ಪ್ರಿಸರ್ವೇಶನ್ ಮಾಡಬಹುದು ಫಾರ್ ದ ಲಾಂಗರ್ ಡ್ಯೂರೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ಟೈಮ್. ಅಂಡ್ ದ ಲಿಕ್ವಿಡ್ ನೈಟ್ರೋಜನ್ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ ಅಂದ್ರ ಸೊ ಮೇಲ್ಗಡೆಯಿಂದ ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ನಾವು ಸುರಿದ್ವಿ ಅಂದ್ರ ಬಿಟ್ವಿ ಅಂದ್ರ ಸೊ ಅದು ಚಲ್ಲಿದ್ವಿ ಅಂದ್ರ ಇವಾಪರೇಷನ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡ್ತೈತಿ, ಕೆಳಗೆ ಬೀಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಅಷ್ಟು ಸ್ಟ್ರಾಂಗ್ ಇರ್ತೈತಿ. ಸೊ ಅದ ಆ ಪ್ರೊಸೆಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಆ ಟೆಕ್ನಿಕ್ ಅನ್ನ ಏನಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ ನಾವು? ಕ್ರಯೋ ಪ್ರಿಸರ್ವೇಶನ್. ವಾಟ್ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಕ್ರಯೋ ಪ್ರಿಸರ್ವೇಶನ್? ದ ಪ್ರಿಸರ್ವೇಶನ್ ಆಫ್ the pollen grains in minus 196 degree centigrade under the liquid nitrogen. So the technique is known as the cryopreservation anta karitivi. Adanna cryopreservation anta karitivi. Clear aita? Hanga the advantages of the sporopollen to the pollen grains ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರ the due to the presence of the sporopollen, the exile layer is hard in nature. First point. Second one is due to the presence of sporopollen, the pollen grains can be withstand with a high temperature and with the strong acids. And the next third one is due to the presence of this sporopollen, the pollen grains can be preserved as a fossils for the longer duration of time by a technique known as the cryopreservation. So what is the cryopreservation? The preservation of the pollen grains in minus 196 degree centigrade under the liquid nitrogen is called cryopreservation. Clear aita? Artha aita? Okay. And the exile layer also having a minute opening called as the germ pore. So for 1 marks question and Karnataka CET ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇದರ ಮೇಲೆ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್ ಬಂದಿದೆ. 1 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಗೂ ಕೇಳೋಣ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಸಿಇಟಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕೇಳೋಣ. ಏನಪ್ಪಾ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಥಿಯರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಆರ್ ದ ಜರ್ಮ್ ಪೋರ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳೋಣ ಅಂಡ್ ದ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಜರ್ಮ್ ಪೋರ್. ಸೊ ಫಾರ್ ಥಿಯರಿ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಎರಡು ಪಾಸಿಬಿಲಿಟಿ ಅದ ಕ್ವೆಶ್ಚನ್. ಒಂದು ದ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಜರ್ಮ್ ಪೋರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದ ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಜರ್ಮ್. ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ಸೊ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ದ ಡೆಫಿನೇಷನ್ what are the germ pore anta kelidra? A minute opening present in the exine layer of the pollen grain is called the germ pore. A minute opening, the minute hole, the minute opening present in the exine layer of the pollen grain is called germ pore. So this is the definition. Function is after the pollen grain germination or after the germination of the pollen grains, the exime layer always emerges out the pollen tube. So ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿ pollen grain germination ಆದ ನಂತರ pollen tube ಏನು ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ ಅದು germ pore ಇಂದ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. The germ pore is always emerges out the pollen tube after the pollen germination. Correct? So for 1 marks definition, what is the germ pore anta keltana? A minute opening present in the exine layer of the pollen grain is called the germ pore, and the function of the germ pore is the germ pore always emerges out the pollen tube. Correct? Clear aita? Ade CET ಒಳಗಡೆ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. The pollen tube is emerges out from the dash part of the pollen grain anta keltare. The pollen tube is always emerges out from the germ pore of the pollen grain. And the another CET oriented point is in the germ pore the sporopollenin is always absent. So ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿ exine layer ದಾಗ sporopollenin ಇರುತ್ತೆ, but the sporopollenin is always absent in the germ pore. So ಇದು very important. CET ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕೇಳ germ pore ಒಳಗಡೆ sporopollenin is always absent. Clear ಆಯ್ತಾ? So ಇದು ಎಲ್ಲ detail explanation ಏನಿತ್ತಲ್ಲ exime layer. Clear ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ? And the next one is after the exime layer, the inner layer of the pollen grain is called the intine, and the intine layer is always smooth in nature. The intine layer nature is always smooth because the intine layer always composed of the cellulose and the hemicellulose. Okay. 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 So inner to the intine layer, the pollen grains are always having the two types of cells. Yavapa two types of cells. So one is the vegetative cell and the another one is the generative cell. So for 2 marks you both write the types of cells present in the pollen grain. Pollen grains ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತ cells ಯಾವ್ಯಾವು? ಒಂದು malin cell, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಕೆಳಗಿನ cell. Correct? So the malin cell is called as the vegetative cell and ಕೆಳಗಡೆ ಇರುವಂತ cell ಅನ್ನ generative cell ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀವಿ. Okay. And the vegetative cell is always larger in size. And the vegetative cell having the reserve food material. So ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿ the vegetative cell is always larger in size and having the reserve food material. So the generative cell is always spindle shaped. So the generative cell is always spindle shaped cells and floats in the protoplasm of the vegetative cell. And the vegetative cell always provides the nutrition. Always provides the nutrition to the generative cell. Correct? ಯಾಕಂದ್ರ vegetative cell ಒಳಗಡೆ ಏನಿರ್ತೈತಿ? Reserve food material ಇರುತ್ತೆ. So the vegetative cell provides the reserve food material to the generative cell. ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ generative cell ದಾಗ ಏನಾರ ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ಬೋದಲ್ಲ nutrition ಮಾಡ್ತೈತಂದ್ರ. So the generative cell undergoes the mitosis. The generative cell undergoes the mitosis and produces the two male gametes. So ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿ which cell of the pollen grains undergoes the mitosis ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. So the generative cell. So the generative cell undergoes the mitosis and produces the two male gametes. Correct? ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದು ಡಿವಿಷನ್ ಆಗ್ಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಬೇಕು. ಆ ಎನರ್ಜಿ ಎಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಬರ್ತೈತಿ? ವೆಜಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಇಂದ ಬರ್ತೈತಿ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ದ ವೆಜಿಟೇಟಿವ್ ಸೆಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ದ ರಿಸರ್ವ್ ಫುಡ್ ಮಟೀರಿಯಲ್, so it provides the nutrition to the generative cell. Correct? So the generative cell undergoes the mitosis and produces the two male gametes. Hence, at the time of the releasing of the pollen grains, the 60% of the plants releases the pollen grains in a two-celled condition, and the remaining 40% of the plants releases the pollen grains in a three-celled condition. Note ivaga ಎಷ್ಟು ಅದಾವ cells alle? 1, 2 and 3. So the 40% of the plants releases the pollen grains at the three-celled stage, and the 60% of the plants releases the pollen grains only at the two-cell stage. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ? So ಅವಾಗ ಏನಾಗ್ತೈತಿ? germination ಆಗ್ತೈತಿ, pollen tube carries the two male gametes. ಅದನ್ನ ಮುಂದೆ ನೋಡೋಣ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? And the advantages and the disadvantages of the pollen grains. ಇದು ಏನಾಯ್ತು? ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾವು ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಎಕ್ಸೈನ್, ಇಂಟೈನ್, ವೆಜಿಟೇಟಿವ್, ಜನರೇಟಿವ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದ germ form. But what are the advantages and what are the disadvantages of the pollen grain? So the advantages: the pollen grains are always highly rich in the nutrients. The pollen grains are always highly rich in nutrients. Hence, nowadays in South countries, so or the athletics ಏನ್ ಇರ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, so ಅವರು pollen grains ನ as a tablet ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ in the form of a tablet ಅದನ್ನ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, because it provides the nutrients to the body ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು. So hence the pollen grains are available in a tablet form. So tablet ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರ, pollen tablet ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. So ಅದರದ್ದು ಕಂಪನಿ ಐತೆ, ಆ ಕಂಪನಿ ಹೆಸರು annual exam ದಾಗ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. Name the company which developed the pollen tablet. So the bee pollen from England. So name of the company is bee pollen from England. So ಗೊತ್ತಿರಲಿ, 1 marks question. So name the company which develops the pollen tablet. So ಯಾವ್ದಪ್ಪ pollen tablet ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡುವಂತ ಕಂಪನಿ ಯಾವುದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ bee pollen from England. So ಇಷ್ಟು ಬರೆದ್ರೆ ನಿಮಗೆ 1 marks ಇದೆ. Name the company which produces or develops the pollen tablet. Bee pollen from England. ಈ ಕಂಪನಿದವರು pollen tablet ಅನ್ನ ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ the pollen tablet is highly rich in nutrients ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಬಹುದು, not the protein, nutrients. Correct? And the disadvantages of the pollen grains. Disadvantages: the pollen grains considered as the allergen anta ಕರೀತೀವಿ. So what are the allergen? Allergy causing agents are called as the allergen anta ಕರೀತೀವಿ. Correct? So the pollen grains causes the severe allergy in the asthmatic patient and the bronchitis patient. So asthma patient irtara, and bronchitis means the inflammation of the bronchi, lungs ಒಳಗಡೆ ಇರ್ತೈತೆ bronchi, bronchioles ಅಂತ, ಹೌದಾ? ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇನ್ಫೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಯ್ತಂದ್ರ, ಇನ್ಫ್ಲಮೇಷನ್ ಆಯ್ತಂದ್ರ ಅದನ್ನ bronchitis ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. So totally the pollen grains causes the severe allergy in the asthmatic patient and the bronchitis patient. Okay, correct? So for example, the Parthenium plant. Parthenium plant ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಕೇಳಿದ್ರೆ, Parthenium is the ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಗಿಡ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಕನ್ನಡದಾಗ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಗಿಡ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕಸ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಹೌದಾ? ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇಕಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳಿತೈತಿ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ಸೊ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುವಂತಹ pollen grains, the Parthenium plant pollen grains causes the severe allergy, especially in the asthmatic patient and the bronchitis patient. Okay, and other Barthaw plants of fungal spores are also considered as the allergens. Correct? Pollen grains. And the pollen viability, to advantages and disadvantages. The pollen viability, what is the meaning of the pollen viability? The pollen viability means the activity of the pollen grains. Thus, the activity or the pollen viability is always varies from the the one plant to the another plant. So the activity ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ನಡೆಯುವಂತ metabolic activities ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಲಾಂಗರ್ ಡ್ಯೂರೇಷನ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಇರ್ತಾವ, ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ಪ್ಲಾಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಓನ್ಲಿ 30 minutes ಇದೆ. So after releasing the pollen grains, especially in the rice plant and the wheat plant, rice ಮತ್ತು wheat plant ಅಲ್ಲಿ the pollen viability is always 30 minutes. 30 minutes ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅದು inactive ಆಗ್ಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ, ಯಾವುದೇ ತರಹದ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. But the some plants pollen grains are active in some hours or some days ಅಂತ ಹೇಳೋದು. ಅದನ್ನೇ pollen viability ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. Viability means what? The activity of the pollen grains. The activity of the pollen grains. Clear aita? So this is the detailed explanation of the pollen grains anta now. Okay.